But as it pertains to LeBron James in L.A., we know that the reports have been that he's been making some phone calls or what have you. I got 2 phone calls last night after hours with folks telling me that LeBron James reached out to Kevin Durant. Actually, Kevin Durant, you know that dude for the reigning 2-time NBA Finals MVP, Max? Know that guy, one of the top 3 players in the world, that guy who just spent the last 2 years beating LeBron James in the NBA Finals? Well, LeBron James reached out to Kevin Durant via text, from what I'm told, about coming to Los Angeles. I don't know what Kevin Durant's response to him was. That is not the information that I got, but I will tell you what I did hear is that behind the scenes, Kevin Durant was like, why would I do that? You know what? As far as I'm concerned, LeBron James is a big-time player, what have you, but the way I look at it, I should be perceived as the best in the world. I'm the reigning 2-time champion. I'm the reigning 2-time NBA Finals MVP. Why would I think about doing something like that? But nevertheless, LeBron has been making calls, and the one person that he did make, a text message to, the one person I'm told that he reached out to was Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant ain't coming to L.A. Kevin Durant plans on staying in Golden State. Kevin Durant plans on, opting out and then, getting a contract, an extension from the Golden State Warriors. His plan is to stay there because his mentality is that he intends to surpass LeBron James. His whole thing is not to join and help LeBron James get more rings, even if he's getting it with LeBron. His goal is to surpass LeBron James. He believes in the next couple of years he'll have more rings than LeBron James has. And so that's the mentality right now, and that was the news that I got last night.
Why would LeBron James text Kevin Durant, right? Like, Stephen A., you said, if true, by the way, because the first reaction is, that can't be true. How could that be true? But then the next reaction is, oh, wait a minute. Nowadays, you think that can be true. Once upon a time, that was unthinkable. It's not anymore. So why? Why would he do this? You called Kevin Durant's joining Golden State the weakest move ever by a superstar in the NBA. Yep. And this is not quite a move, but if you considered this a move, would this be even weaker than Kevin Durant going to Golden State? I mean, it makes you think like that. So you think, how could this be? And I think the answer to that lies in what you described Kevin Durant's reaction is, according to some folks. Why would he have to join LeBron when, as the reigning Finals MVP, whereas a 2-time champion, they played 9 Finals games, they won 8 of them. He's younger than LeBron. He's ascending. He's often the scoring champion. He has created a situation for himself largely based on his own greatness. But the added ingredient he needed to get him to this level in terms of public perception were great teammates in a great situation where he could not only ride their coattails, but put an already great team over the top so there's no competition. In other words, he put himself in a great branding position. And how did he do that? By being shameless. We've seen this work better than ever in our national politics, Stephen A. This sense of shame doesn't really help people. When they are shameless, they wind up in a better position because the details wind up getting washed over, and very few people are really paying attention to those details, and most are paying attention to, and maybe even if they are paying attention to the details, you can't help but emotionally be affected by, boy, that dude's a champion. That dude's a 2-time reigning champion, a Finals MVP. He'd have never been in a position to be a Finals MVP had it not been for the shamelessness to join the Golden State Warriors in the first place. And so LeBron, it does make sense. If you really don't care how people are going to take it, and you just reach out to the second best or third best player in the world and say, hey, come join me, in the end, it winds up helping your brand, as Kevin Durant has shown.
In fairness to LeBron James' camp, let me be very, very clear. They are emphatically denying it. They're saying it's totally false. So in fairness to them, let's put that out there. They already text me. It's totally false. It's not true, Stephen A. I have no doubt that if somebody asked Kevin Durant, he might say the same thing. I'm telling you, I don't give a damn. I've got a couple of sources that I've trusted for many years that have never let me down. Any information that they have given me has never, ever, ever been false. In the particular situation involving these 2 individuals. That's why I felt the need to go on the air with it. But I'm going to be responsible and say that LeBron's side of the camp is emphatically denying that there's any truth to this whatsoever. I don't know what Kevin Durant would say. Likelihood is that he probably wouldn't admit it as well. I'm telling you, this is one of those situations where I'm going to rely on my source my two sources rather, and tell you that in all my years of getting information from these individuals, they have never, ever, ever once led me astray when I've gotten any information from them. That's why I felt comfortable enough to go with this. I said what I said. I meant what I meant. LeBron obviously is entertaining various options. There's already been news reports out there that he's reached out to some folks to see who would be willing to go to LA or whatever the case may be. I heard that one of those people were Kevin Durant. That's what I'm going with, period.
Yeah, I have heard that is not true. But if you're telling me,
I'm sure they did.
If you're right, and by the way, on its face, you'd be like, no way. But you are saying, reporting here, Stephen A., that throughout the years, the source that told you this information has never given you a bum steer. I think there's another angle on this, if it's true. Again, we're going based upon the report and assuming it's true for a moment, that LeBron reached out to KD and said, hey, come and join me. And I bring up shamelessness and how people felt that way about LeBron when he wanted to play with Dwayne Wade in Miami. But LeBron turned out to be right. I mean, I was doing hits on TV with people who are apoplectic. LeBron James dare go join Dwayne Wade in Miami. Magic Johnson and Larry Bird would have never done this. They couldn't believe it. KD said, oh, wait, that works now? Because LeBron was vindicated, won 2 championships, went to 4 straight finals. Entered the Jordan conversation for many. KD said, oh, yeah, he can do that. Watch this. I'll go join the Warriors. And now it feels like all bets are off. But Stephen A., even if it's not, even if LeBron wouldn't seriously actually do it, isn't there something to be said for doing your due diligence, right? Isn't it responsible just to see what all the options are?